It's time for Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore. A Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you.
Brought to you by Joe Lunghammer Chevrolet of Waterford.
Plan your next vehicle purchase or get your credit rolling in the right direction with Regina today. And now, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore.
Good morning. You listen to Be in the Driver's Seat, and I am one of your hosts, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, Regina Eileen Woodard, aka the Queen of Car Loans.
What's up, everybody? It's Dr. T. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, everyone. And in absence is Gil Garrett, Mr. Trust the Process. He's out taking care of city business, and we miss him today in the studio on this Saturday morning. But shout out to him.
Good morning, Gil, wherever you are.
Good morning, good morning. So, Dr. T.
Yes.
The word of today, life lessons. Yeah. When I think about life lessons, you know, I'm in a group text, and one of the young ladies in the text came up with the topic. I mean, she puts different slogans or different words in the group every day. And most of the time when people do group text I don't respond because I'm in so many group texts on Messenger, on group text on my phone, and actually it kind of irritates me, right? But it irritates me because it goes off all day, and I only read what I want to read. I hate to say that. I only read what I want to read because there's so much going on besides life, right? But today, I paid attention what Deborah Sanders put in the text, life lessons. And it was, what she said was, it's like, know what you stand for and what you don't stand for. And that hit home, is because when we go through things, do we learn from our life lessons, or do we just continue to make the same mistake? Do we continue to make the same mistakes? Just like if you put the car in like I always do. You go to the dealership, right? You know you haven't paid your bills. You know you just got your car repoed a year ago. You know you don't have any credit card. You know you don't have a secure card. You have no qualifying credit, right? You didn't forget you didn't pay that car loan off, but you have no qualifying credit. And you come in dealership and you say you want this car. I want to have this color car. I'm just going to use, I want a Tahoe. I want it to be this color. I want my note to be $500 a month, but I can only do a pre-owned Tahoe. I can't do a new Tahoe, right? And you know your interest rate is going to be high, but you want that low payment, right? So you don't realize that, okay, life lessons was like a year ago. You had a repossession. Life lessons is that you didn't reestablish your credit after you had that repossession. Life lessons is you didn't hit Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, up for credit repair. Life lessons is you just didn't acknowledge that you made a mistake. So when I look at life lessons to me is learning from your mistakes. Yeah. You know, I make mistakes over and over and over again, right? I do. But I try to not to make those mistakes over and over again. I may make them maybe 5, 6 times, sometimes 10 times, right? But depends on what it is. You can't continue to make that mistakes. You got to learn from that mistake. That's good. And I try to put the mistakes or life lessons, I try to put them in a car situation. Because when I do my videos on social media, I like to give examples, right? My last video that I did over the weekend was, listen, Lucy, listen, Sam. And now I figure I got to give characters, give people names, because I never give them names, right? But I always give people examples of situations, because real situations are what keeps people aware of what's happening. I also did a video on a guy where he bought he traded in a pickup truck and he got a used Suburban. He wrote $16,000 in negative equity, right? And on TikTok, I got 85,000 views. Some people went in. It wasn't my customer. It was someone else's, but one of my coworkers. But I got the question was, one was like, why did you guys even do that to that guy? You know, what bank approved him? And then some of the messages was, is he stupid or is he crazy? You know, but the whole point of that is that we put out a solution or give you options, and you say yes or no to the options. Mm-hmm. But with this situation, would I have gone from $900 a month to $1,600 a month? No, I wouldn't have, right? Right? No, I see that look on your face like, no. But it's life lessons. Mm-hmm. You know, his vehicle, his pickup truck, he got it in Canada, and he had rust over the bottom. They had I forget that word, but they had like plated it. They had the rust around the car. They hid the rust. And when they hit the rust, he found out 2 years after he got his car that rust had been hidden. Mm. So my point is that we put you in front of a situation. You have to make a decision. Mm-hmm. We give you your options, and then you make that decision. That's true. So life lessons is he's gonna learn from his mistake, you know, and because honestly, this guy probably will never pay that car off, right? Unless he doubles up on his payments. You know, $1,600 a month, that's a house payment. Or $1,600 a month, you know, I don't know how much a Rolls Royce payment is, but you know, Rolls Royce payment is probably maybe $10,000, $8,000, just depends on how much money you put down. Mm-hmm. I have no clue because I'm not in that range as far as cars, but it's like you have to learn from the mistakes that you make.
That's true. So when I think about life lessons, so now the instructor in me is coming out, right? So when you think about the word lesson, the lesson to an instructor is our intent to what you're supposed to learn when you come into the class or whatever whatever session you're in, what you're going to learn from the lesson. And so I think about how over the years God has took my mess and turned it into a message. What does that mean? All of the lessons that I learned, they were beneficial. So when you go through things, they should make you grow. So going through should help you grow through. How do you grow through something? By taking what you went through and turning it around. So it's up to us. We have to make the decision, the choice. What are we going to learn? We can choose not to learn and continue to make mistakes and continue to not grow, or we can choose to learn from the lesson and make better choices. So if I could even talk to myself, my 18-year-old self from years ago, I'm 50 now. If I could tell the 18-year-old a lesson today, I would say learn as much as you can and travel the world. But as my 50-year-old self, I would say to myself to work smarter, do not overwork yourself, say no, and travel. So, and that is because I've have experience in life, and life will show you, you know, and it would also remind you that, you know what, you're not perfect. Learn from what you go through, and also take that lesson and share it so that others can prevent them from going through it. That's the whole goal. So even if you think about parents, when we tell our children not to do something, we don't tell them not to do it because we want to keep them from doing it. We want them to avoid going through the mess we went through, or the situations, the problems, the tribulations that we went through.
But don't you feel that sometimes what parents do is they let their kid, if they tell their kids what they should not do, mm-hmm. then they go ahead and do that. They do it anyway. Mm-hmm. And if you disagree with them, that makes it harder for the parent, right? Mm-hmm. Talk to me a little bit about that.
So here's the thing. The very thing we tell our kids not to do, they want to do. I mean, just even as a kid, when you tell your child, don't touch that, what's the first thing they do? Stick their hand out and want to touch something, want to be rebellious against it. And so that's just the nature of us. We just want to be rebellious. But the reality of it is that if sometimes we can stop and listen and actually take in what's being said to us and follow that instruction, we can keep ourselves from a lot of trouble and trials that we go through.
Yeah, well, repeat that one more time.
If we would stop and listen and actually follow the direction of the person who's telling us something, we can keep ourselves from, getting into trouble.
So we would listen.
Yeah,
most of the time we don't listen. and that's anybody. We don't listen.
That's why we get in trouble.
We have selective hearing. Even myself, I have selective hearing. You could be talking to me about something, and unless I'm looking in your face and everything is just like turned off around me, I'm not going to hear you. And I think that's a downfall that I have, is because I'm doing so many things, and that you got to be careful when you're talking to someone, because you got to just really make sure they hear you. And because that's probably why, and I know this is why, when I say something and I want it's meaningful, if you ever listen to me, well, I know you listen to me when I talk, but I repeat things a couple times, and I might say, "Did you hear me?"
You say that all the time.
Do you hear me? And I say that because I know people are doing so many different things.
Yeah, absolutely. We get distracted. We're distracted.
Distracted big time. But why do we get distracted?
Because there's so
Life
many
lessons
things going on. I mean, we're doing so much. So this is a great topic, guys, because guess what? We're always busy doing something. Most of us do multiple things. And so because we do multiple things, we can't focus on one thing. And that's the problem. We need to stop, be still, and focus.
Okay, so you're saying because we focus on multiple things, but everybody focuses on multiple things.
But everybody can't do two things at one time. Literally, it's a proven fact. Like literally, some people cannot focus on doing more than one thing at a time.
Well, I'm just gonna be honest. I can only do two things at a time, and when I get those two things done, I'm like, hold on, let me finish this one thing, because I'm already working on that other thing, or I'm just gonna push to the side and be like, hold on.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
This is true statement, y'all.
Because I only speak the truth. But what happens is, you really have to prioritize what you're doing.
That's
what's
good.
most important. Yeah. Because everybody think what they have going on is important. And it's not. They think it's right now, and it's not.
Prioritizing is huge. So I'm just going to put myself out here. A little over a week ago, I was supposed to go to a formal event with my husband, and we had a tragedy that happened in our church, and I unfortunately forgot that I needed to be in two places.
Did you put it on your calendar?
I did put it on my calendar, but because I was multitasking so much, I never looked at my calendar. So I literally had to tell my husband, I apologize, and I literally missed an event that I really wanted to be at because I was multitasking and was not, I didn't prioritize. So my life lesson in that was, what? Slow down and make sure you take care of the things that mean the most to you. Because oftentimes we miss events, we miss moments in people's lives and stuff because we're busy and we're off doing things that we think are important. But really the life lesson is that we don't know the day or the hour when we're leaving. And so really family, friends, support, those are the things that matter. Sometimes we put so much emphasis on things that don't matter, and we miss so much. So the lesson in that to me is to stop, smell the roses, love on my family, and let people know that I'm here now. I don't want to stand over a casket and say, I wish I coulda, woulda.
So I like what you said, because who wants to stand over who wants to say coulda, woulda, shoulda? Mm-hmm. But let me just say this. My 25-year-old self, you said 18, so my 25-year-old self would have said, now that I'm not even going to say how old I am, but yep, I'm in my 50s. But my 25-year-old self would have said, enjoy life, have your family, right? Have one kid, right? I'm a TT big time, but slow down, smell the roses, have your family. And I think too many times you got to go through things to get to that next level, right? That's life, right? That's so life lesson for me, to anybody that's out there who's 25, 35, or you at that age that you want something and you put it on to later in life, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Nobody knows what tomorrow holds.
You don't know.
Yeah.
So get your groove on right now.
That's
and
right.
get your groove on is if you want to have a kid, if you want to take a trip, if you want to do something, do it now.
Eat the cake.
Right. Eat the cake and eat it too. Well, no. Have the cake and eat it too.
Eat it. Yes. Eat the cake. Stop denying yourself from enjoying life. Live life.
Live life to the fullest. Life lessons.
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back.
Hi, Joe Lunghammer here from Joe Lunghammer Chevrolet with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans and the Queen of Community. Isn't that right, Regina?
That's right. When you buy a car from me, you'll get on the road in style and you'll be enrolled in the Joe and the Queen's Community Program, where we help you work your way towards better credit.
Joe knows it's good to help our community here in Waterford and Metro Detroit.
To find me, Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Are you paying high interest rates on a car loan? Do you desire to purchase a home, but you're unable to get approved? Perhaps you're repeatedly getting denied for credit when applying for credit cards. Listen, better credit doesn't just happen. You've got to make it happen. I've helped hundreds of people better their credit and their overall financial situation by applying a simple set of instructions that anyone can follow. Call me today, 1-800-988-9184. That's Kathy Washington, your financial impact coach, at 1-800-988-9184. Don't delay. Call today.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
You are still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. And when we went on break, we were talking about life lessons. Now we're segueing into businesses. So we are from Pontiac, Michigan. So we're going to shout out some people today. We want to recognize all business owners all over the world. We want you to know that we see you, that we are proud of you. And it's not easy being an entrepreneur. So, Regina, you know you're an entrepreneur yourself. That's not an easy task. So as an entrepreneur, you know, you need the support of people. You need people to actually patronize your business. But most of all, as an entrepreneur, you have to make sure that your product is something that a person needs, wants, and values. So shout out again.
Wait a minute. You said what they need. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Entrepreneur has to have a business that you need,
absolutely
wants,
and people value, right? So you can have a business that if I don't need it, I'm not going to patronize it, right? But if it's something that I need, of course I'm going to patronize it. You know, we all have to eat, so naturally we're going to patronize businesses that sell food. We need clothes, we need makeup, those type of things. So it needs to be a need, right? And I also want it. So how do you want something, you know, from a business? It has to be appealing to me, right? So before I patronize your business, I'm going to first see, is it appealing to me? What is your customer service like? Are you friendly, or do you have an attitude? Or are you welcoming and inviting? Because if you're welcoming and inviting, I'm going to spend more money with you.
But let's talk about that customer service piece.
Yeah.
You know, because doing a little bit extra, let me just say this again, doing a little bit extra for the people that have small businesses, for the people that's just starting their businesses, and for people that's been in business for years. It's about customer service.
Absolutely.
You know, do you do that extra for your customer?
Mm-hmm.
Do you go the extra mile?
Yeah, that's good. Regina.
You know, I'm just going to give you an example. I patronized someone recently, and I didn't get the thing that I said I was going to get. And when I didn't get it, instead of that person, you know, I give back. I won't I don't attend a lot of events in Pontiac or surrounding areas, but I try to support, right? Support means that I will spend my money, I'll buy your merchandise, or I'll send a token of appreciation, a token to you, let you know how much I appreciate you, right? But where I bought a piece of merchandise, and that merchandise, I didn't get the merchandise, and I called that person out for the merchandise. I'm not saying that person's name. And I thought that person should have delivered that merchandise to me at the dealership, and because that person has a local business. And to me, I don't think that person's mentality was, well, let me go the extra mile for her because she has patronized my business before. She has given me shout outs. She has done different things. You know, it's little things, not huge, right? But to me, how you get more customers, you give them that extra customer service. You give them that extra love, that extra especially when you just starting your business.
That's good, yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I remember when I started Fanny Bees. So first of all, I used to be a caterer. I am now retired, even though everybody feels like I'm not. But
you are not retired.
As the owner of Fanny Bees catering spot. So one of the things I did after I met with my clients and I gave them their invoice, I made sure that they went effortlessly. So my whole team, we were dressed appropriately. We were on time. We served with excellence. Everybody on my team had to smile. Everybody had to address the person as sir or ma'am. Every person had, if you had an attitude, you couldn't serve with me. Customer service is important. And I know we had one of the millennials on, and she said that the customer is not always right. Well, that is true, but even when the customer is wrong, it was my job to make the situation right. And so as
the mediator. So it was your job to be the mediator?
Yes. And so one of the things that I prided Fanny Bees on is we moved in excellence. We did not tolerate, or nor did we have chaos. We represented Christ well, and we represented the product well. So customer service really is representing what you do well and doing it with excellence.
Wow, you said a mouthful because customer, with the millennium said that customers, are not always right. And I got to agree with the millennium on this. I got to agree. I think it was Sierra. Was it Sierra or was it Shay that said
Baker,
it?
Sierra
okay.
One.
So Sierra said that, and I agree with her. Customers are not always correct, but you have to be able to talk to them to let them know when they're wrong. You got to be able to handle it instead of showing them the door. And she is a product of a product. And when I say a product, that's your daughter. And the way you handle your business is the way she handled hers business, right?
Absolutely.
Now, I'm going to just talk about dealership for a minute. So I guess to me, it just depends on what it is. If you come in, you disrespect me, I'm going to try to calm the situation down or bring it down. And if I can't bring it down, I'm going to show you the door. I'm going to show you the door and the reason I'm going to show you the door if I can't bring you down, escalate you down from your situation, because I get my own business into the dealership, meaning that customers don't come to the door and ask for me unless they come in and they got referred to me or they see my advertisement come in. So I am so blessed now where I will turn away somebody if they disrespect me. I will say, you know what? Then I'm not for this. I'm not for you. I can't service you. I can't sell you a car because of your attitude, because of what you want. And I've said that a couple times the last couple years.
But Regina, that is good customer service. Customer service is recognizing those that you can service and those you cannot. Customer service means that, you know what, I respect you enough to decline your business. And one thing about being an entrepreneur is you can pick and choose who you choose to work with. You can choose to offer services to someone that's disrespectful, or you can choose to make sure that they respect your business. And how do they respect your business? Well, you know what, I can't service you, but let me refer you to someone. Or I'm sorry, that's not able to be done. So there's a way to do everything. So even if the person is being unfriendly or if they're being unreasonable, there's still a way to handle that person. And good customer service means that I'm going to treat you with respect despite if you respect me or not.
So you said you're going to repeat that one more time?
Good customer service means I'm going to respect you, even if you don't respect me. What does that mean is I'm not going to be belligerent and come out of my character because you come out of yours. What I'm going to do is stand my ground and tell you you can leave or I can't service you, but I'm not going to come out of my character because someone else is acting out of character.
I guess I'm in a place in my life where I've had customers call me and they want me to build value in me selling them a car. And you know what? I have a problem with that. It's because if you call me or you click on my ad on Facebook or you see my TV ad or you hear my radio ad or hear our show and you call me or it's some way we talk to each other, right? You clicked on my ad or you called me. You click on my ad, you give me permission to call you, right? So I have a problem when I talk to you and you want me to sell myself to you. I had a person say to me, okay, yeah, Regina, I'm calling you about a car, and you tell me your situation. You say, well, I read some reviews on you, some good reviews, bad reviews, but why should I buy a car from you? And why should I do this and why should I do that? And I said, you don't have to buy a car from me. I want to earn your business. I really do, right? But if you really want me to earn your business, you need to come look in my face.
That's right.
You need to come see me. Yeah. Because I can't build value over the phone to everybody that calls me.
That's true.
You can't. Yeah. That's anything that you do. And I mean that wholeheartedly. It's because, you can't, I'm not going to sell myself over the phone. I had 25 years in this business. If you calling me or you click on my ad, so you even saw my ad continuously, right? You called me for a reason. You just didn't walk into the dealership.
It's ironic because it's so different when in terms of therapy, because when someone walks into to come in and have therapy with me, we don't know each other, right? So I'm not.
But how do you break that? But how do you break that barrier? Because they booked an appointment with you. How do you break that barrier, though?
So here's the thing. One of the things that therapists do is build rapport. So when someone sits in your chair, they don't trust you. They don't know you. They just know that they have an issue and they want some help. So they sit in the chair and then you build that rapport with them. And so part of building rapport is to be attentive, being an active listener, hearing what they say, giving them feedback, supportive feedback, or just listening to them. Sometimes people don't even need you to say anything. They just need to talk, right? So they can hear it. Sometimes hearing your thoughts triggers something in you and lets you know what, that don't even sound right? And so in building rapport, that's trust, building a safe atmosphere. So you set that atmosphere where they can come in and talk, where they can be free. And then you set the atmosphere to look, when you come in this room, you don't have to be anybody else but you. This is the room where you can come and you can lay everything down. You can be transparent here. You don't have to put on a mask here. This is where help and change takes place. So I create that atmosphere.
Well, it's funny that you say that because when people call me, they tell me their situation. They automatically tell me the situation. And that's why I said what I said. And now let me say it again. That's why I've said what I've said in the previous, before you said what you said, was that I don't feel that I have to earn people business like that. Because you called me for a reason. You already vetted me. You already checked me out. Before you hit that button, before you clicked on Facebook, before you called me, you already got me vetted out. You already did it. Because when people call me, it's like they're telling me their situation. They're that comfortable. They're telling me what's going on. And then normally when people go buy a car, they hide things. It needs to be an open and door book. Open and door, open and close, open door. And I don't mean open and close, open door. And open door is when you're revealing your life.
Yeah.
And that's hard. And that's one thing I pride myself on. And that's why I don't say I don't have to sell myself to anyone, is because I don't judge anyone. I don't care how much money you make, what you do. A situation is a situation. And bad situations happen to good people. And it goes back to what we talked about at the beginning of the program. Life lessons.
That's true.
What did you learn from your mistake? Are you making the same mistake over and over again? Again, I said early in the program, I've made mistakes, the same mistake 5 or 10 times, or sometimes more than that. And then I would ask myself, Regina, why are you making the same mistake? This seems to be a pattern for you. How can you break that pattern? But hey, we need to get on. We need to shout our businesses out today.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So these are local businesses again that we are shouting out. We picked them. If you want to actually inbox us different businesses you want us to shout out on the show when we shout businesses out, you can inbox us. No, you can email us. What's our email address?
You can email us at beinthe driver's seat, drivers has an S, @gmail.com. beinthedriverseat@gmail.com.
Well, I want to shout out DJ Bobo Computer Repair. www.bobdatasystems.com. Home support, business support. Prices are starting at $49. You can reach them at 248-739-5963. 248-739-5963. Or you can go again to www.bobdatasystems.com. DJ Bobo has been around for many years. He is, I want to say he's a pillar in the community because he's always doing stuff for his businesses and also shouting out other different businesses. I went to Black-owned businesses in actually Facebook. That's how I found his number, but he's also my Facebook friend. So shout out to his business and shout out for the things that he's doing for people's computers, whether it's for a business or for his personal, because without the computer, what do we have today?
That's
Nothing.
Right. And if you're in the city of Pontiac, you've had contact with Bobo.
Or even if you're not in Pontiac, if you're in Oakland County, Wayne County, surrounding areas, reach out to DJ Bobo, 248-739-5963.
All right. So next we have Will Taplin. Now listen, you all. Will Taplin is the owner of Tap In Pizza. So I was on Facebook and I seen these marvelous pizzas, and I'm a pizza girl. So I was like, what is this? And
since when did you become a pizza girl?
I've been a pizza girl. I love pizza. If you can make a good pizza, I'm your friend, right? And so he is the owner of Tap In Pizzas. Now listen, y'all, he's only open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These are gourmet pizzas. It's pickup only. The phone number is 248-310-7427. Again, that's Will Taplin, the owner of Tap In Pizzas. Open every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pickup only. Give him a call. You can look him up on Facebook too and see his pizzas.
We'll be right back after we take this station identification.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're relocating to Michigan from another state or another country, moving across town, upgrading, or downsizing, Brenda D. Davis from Century 21 Town and Country Real Estate is your locally known home purchase expert. Buying or selling your home is a complex process. Let Brenda simplify it every step of the way. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you. Call 248-909-9711 and get moving on your new home purchase or sale today. That's 248-909-9711. Call now.
Hi, Joe Longhammer here from Joe Longhammer Chevrolet with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans and the Queen of Community. Isn't that right, Regina?
That's right. When you buy a car from me, you get on the road in style and you'll be enrolled in the Joe and the Queen's Community Program, where we help you work your way towards better credit.
Joe knows it's good to help our community here in Waterford and Metro Detroit.
To find me, Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
You are still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat, and we are shouting out businesses, local businesses, entrepreneurs. So, Regina, who you got next?
So I have Uncle Jerry's Barbecue.
Ooh.
You know, he is a pillar in the community, but I think what he does is Jerry does, he goes home. I don't know if it's in Louisiana, but down south, he goes home in the winter months. And I want to call this his home too, but Uncle Jerry's Barbecue is open 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Get your food today from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
You know what I love about him, though, Regina? He gives all senior citizens a cut in the line. So if you're a senior citizen, he brings you to the front of the line, and he gives you chips and a drink free.
Wow.
Every senior citizen, you get access to the front of the line, and you get chips and a drink free with whatever you buy.
I think all businesses should do that.
Yeah.
But you know what they do? Because they give people they give them the senior discount, though.
Yeah, but they may just give them maybe 10% off or what have you. But some people don't honor seniors anymore.
Okay.
So shout out to you, Jerry. Uncle Jerry's Barbecue.
So Uncle Jerry's Barbecue is located at 321 Auburn Road, Pontiac, Michigan, 48341. Again, the address is 321 Auburn Road, Pontiac, Michigan, 48321. If you want to reach Uncle Jerry's Barbecue, his telephone number is 412-980-8737. Again, his number is 412-980-8737. But I just want to tell you, they are so busy. And when you're busy, you don't have time to pick up the phone. Yeah, so if you're in the area of Pontiac or if you're in the area of Waterford, get in your car and go drive and get your snack or your dinner. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say your breakfast.
No, because he opened at 11, so you're going to get lunch and dinner.
But you can still eat breakfast at 11:30, 11 o'clock.
Well, I guess you were going to brunch, right? So since we talking about food, we shouting out P's and Q's Bakery and Cafe. P's and Q's Bakery and Cafe, the owner, Shaquana Davis. And guess what? Her address is 526 North Telegraph in Pontiac, 526 North Telegraph in Pontiac. So she's serving up breakfast, and she has fresh, warm donuts and treats that you can get earlier in the morning before you go to Jerry's Barbecue. So shout out to Shaquana, P's and Q's Bakery and Cafe, located at 526 North Telegraph Road, and the phone number is 248-742-7737. 248-742-7737.
So you know what I have had to learn lately, because I've changed my whole diet, my lifestyle as far as eating and what I consume and what I put in my body. And if you don't eat that particular, maybe that item that person doesn't, they cook or what they have at their restaurant, you can still go support them. Mm-hmm. You can buy their food and just give it to someone or give it to someone at work. You know, I went and purchased some donuts, a dozen donuts, and I gave it to the guys in the back. Yeah. You know, in the parts department, because they always loving on me. They're always talking to me. And it's a guy back in the parts department. Shout out to him, Felix. Felix, that's my computer guy at work. He takes care of me. He's my work son. My work son. And you have work husband, right? But work son. He's always like doing things for me on my computer, setting me up doing my personal things too. If I'm doing something personal, like show business as far as our show, or doing some other things, he's always setting me up where I need to be. So shout out to him, is because I just took donuts to them a couple weeks ago. Mm. So, yeah. Ooh. And so if you don't eat Uncle Jerry's Barbecue Chicken, you can always get your mom or your dad or your loved one, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, someone else, or a neighbor. You can always bless them.
Yeah, that's good.
So the next business I want to shout out is called T-Dubs. T-Dubs Grubs. Come smell and taste what you are cooking. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. T-Dubs Grubs. Come smell and taste what you're cooking. They're located at 939 West Huron Street, Waterford, Michigan, 48328. Again, they're located at 939 West Huron Street, Waterford, Michigan, 48328. Their telephone number is 248-480-1013. 248-408-1013. Their slogan is, "We cook so you don't have to."
Ooh, that's good. I like the sound of that already.
I love that. We cook so you don't have to. You know what? We need to get some businesses to come on here, highlight them. We talked about that before. Mm-hmm. Highlight them. Mm-hmm. And then they can bring us some food. You know?
That would be good.
But they can bring me some baked.
Well, they can bring me some, because you ain't going to eat it.
Well, if they bake it, I'm going to eat it. I'm just not going to eat the fried.
Yeah, so shout out to T-Dubs. I know T-Tubs. I know him personally, so yeah.
Is that Tony?
Yes, it is Tony. And the food is good, y'all. Y'all go shout him out. Yay. And so wherever you at, you listening, Tony, we shout you out. So the next business, I want to shout out Lashunda Scott. She is Braids by Lashunda Scott. She is actually my hair braider. She has been doing my hair for almost 26 years, and she is located in the city of Pontiac. Her phone number is 248-605-1606. She's the owner of Shonda's Braids and More. She is a phenomenal stylist who gets you in and out. You do not have to wait in a long line. It's professional, and you will leave as a satisfied customer. So Lashunda Scott, Shonda's Braids and More, 248-605-1606.
Shonda?
No.
Not that Shonda?
Not Shonda Moore, no.
So, you know what? It's funny how, people have the same names. When you say someone else's name, I'm thinking of somebody that I know named Shondelin. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Shonda, because Shondelin took care of my mother.
Yeah, Shondelin out in that car in that big old truck this morning. So shout out to Shondelin in the 18-wheeler.
So our next shout out is Caked Up with Nia Goodwin. Caked Up.
Nay,
am I saying her name wrong?
Her name is Nay Goodwin. Shout out to Nay Goodwin. Caked Up.
Why do I always have to get corrected? Because, I'm always messing up somebody's name.
That's all right. They know you love them.
So shout out to Caked Up, Nay Goodwin. Shout out to her who's been baking for, I don't know, probably about what? Maybe, does she have 10 years under her belt?
I believe Nay has about 10 years. Could be longer, but shout out to you, Nay. Those cakes are beautiful.
Shout out to Nay, and shout out to her fiance, soon-to-be husband, Mr. Randolph. Shout out to the Randolph family. Shout out to Mama Rosa Randolph, who is over Pontiac Meals on Wheels and the owner of Unique Catering. Shout out to her. I'm talking slow because Dr. T is over there. She's mouthing something like trying to get me right on the name. But shout out to Mama Rosa, Pontiac Meals on Wheels, Unique Catering. And shout out to Rolanda at 377 South Telegraph. They have a banquet hall. If you're looking to book that birthday party, you're looking to book that bridal shower, you're looking to book that any kind of event, you can reach out to Rolanda and book that hall today. Again, it's located at 377 South Telegraph. Book that today. We did have another hall that we were shouting out, right? Because I am looking up Rolanda's telephone number right now. Rolanda's telephone number is 248-830-0123. Again, her number is 248-830-0123. Oh, no. Yeah, 248-830-0123. Not 248-830-0123. Shout out to Rolanda, who is the owner of 377 South Telegraph. Book your event today.
Yes, and so we also are shouting out Mina Jefferson of MJ's Venue and More. Mina Jefferson from MJ's Venue and More, located at 454 North Telegraph in the city of Pontiac, Michigan. Phone number 248-667-2929. Mina Jefferson from MJ's Venue and More. If you're looking to have an event, please contact her.
So we're going to switch subjects here. We're going to talk about co-signing for car loans. And before we talk about co-signing for car loans, Dr. T, she's mouthing me again.
Y'all should see this. It's hilarious.
She's mouthing me again, saying I got one more. Yeah. So she want me to back it up.
Yeah. Reverse. So listen, everybody. I absolutely love Regina. I love being be a host with her. But I also wanted to shout out Kiana Monique, who is the owner of Wasted Body Bees. And she's also a fellow author, and a nail extraordinaire. She is in the city of Pontiac. So if you're looking to get your nails done, if you are looking to get your book published, if you are looking to get some body bees, please contact Kiana Monique at 248-533-3921. Again, that's 248-533-3921. Let's get wasted.
Well, I got one more shout out. So shout out to I Am Beauty Alexis Lawrence, who's going to join us on our show, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. She will be joining us once a month with Sierra.
Yes, she'll be. She's another millennial, and she'll be in the building with Sierra Warren Master Baker. So we're excited for the millennials to be on in person with us next week.
So, is Sierra coming into the studio?
She is.
Next Saturday?
Yeah, she'll be in the studio.
Super excited to have her in the studio because Sierra, the Master Baker, has been calling in for, how long has she been calling in? For almost a year now?
Oh, she's been with us at least 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, shout out to her because she'll be live in the studio. Oh, we got to set it up. We got to have some callers. We got to have some callers to call in.
Yeah. So you're going to have to reach out to the listeners. If you're listening and you want to call in, you can send us an email at beinthedriverseat@gmail.com. If you want to be a call-in person for next Saturday's show, email us at beinthedriverseat@gmail.com.
I'm super excited about their segment because I Am Beauty, Alexis Lawrence, self-taught. She self-taught herself to do makeup. She does makeup and she does lashes, extensions. So shout out to her. Super excited because she does do the Queen's makeup for our TV commercials. Mm-hmm. So she does do that. So she plays a huge part in our life. And shout out to Alexis too because she just got she's a licensed practical nurse, LPN now, right?
Yeah, licensed professional nurse. So I'm excited for her.
So is it so? I said practical. Is it professional?
Yeah.
Or do we need her to correct us?
We'll let her correct us when she come in the building because I will mess it up, y'all. But
wait a minute, you'll mess it up? I thought I was listening to the show on Saturday. Last Saturday, I'm like, dang, I'm always messing up a word there.
That's okay. Listen, but we so excited for her. We saw her, prepare for this process, and now she has accomplished it. So shout out to Alexis. Good job.
Well, it's always good when you put a goal out there and you actually you make your goal. Yeah. You hit your goal.
Yeah.
And to me it's not always about the big wins. Mm-hmm. It's the small wins.
Just give me a win.
Right. I'll say it again. Just give me a win.
Yeah.
So what's your win today? What's your win? Email us at beinthedriverseat@gmail.com and give us your win today. What is your win today? Yeah. Talk to us. What is your win? Yeah. My win for today was, let me just go back. I'm gonna go back to Mother's Day. So my win on Mother's Day was my mom's best friend. My mom's is in heaven, right? My mom passed away in 2016. And her best friend called me on Mother's Day. And she just took me back on all the things that, how their relationship molded. And I don't know, it was a big win for me that day is because it just made me, again, appreciate the things that my mom did for me and the things that God blessed me to be able to do for her. Because I really didn't honestly realize until I had this conversation with Auntie Maggie. Shout out to Auntie Maggie, is that, I had a lot to do with when she retired. She said, well, you retired your mom. I said, no, my mom had a pension and a Social Security, right? But I told my mom she needed to leave her job. I said, you're working too much. I said, if you can stay away from the stores, right, I can make up some of your income and pay your bills. I can pay your car note. I hope to pay the rest of the house off. And paid her credit cards. So I didn't realize until she said that to me, I retired my mom. So we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dave Wilkie, service manager at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. Since the 1950s, Joe Longhammer and his family have been honored to service your vehicles. With 112 years of combined service experience, we can take care of any concern you might have. From warranty work to routine oil changes, we treat your vehicle like our own. Call now to schedule a next service appointment at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. Stop by anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get your vehicle serviced right every time. Call 248-683-7100. That's 248-683-7100.
Chevrolet. find new roads.
Are you paying high interest rates on a car loan? Do you desire to purchase a home, but you're unable to get approved? Perhaps you're repeatedly getting denied for credit when applying for credit cards. Listen, better credit doesn't just happen. You've got to make it happen. I've helped hundreds of people better their credit and their overall financial situation by applying a simple set of instructions that anyone can follow. Call me today, 1-800-988-9184. That's Kathy Washington, your financial impact coach, at 1-800-988-9184. Don't delay. Call today.
Hi, Joe Longhammer here from Joe Longhammer Chevrolet with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans and the Queen of Community. Isn't that right, Regina?
That's right. When you buy a car from me, you get on the road in style and you'll be enrolled in the Joe and the Queen's Community Program, where we help you work your way towards better credit.
Joe knows it's good to help our community here in Waterford and Metro Detroit.
To find me, Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
We're back, and we're going to be talking about co-signing on auto loans. Too many times you go into a dealership and you can't get a car, and the salesperson says, can you get a co-signer? Do you have a co-signer? And then the first answer that comes out of most customers' mouth is no, can't get a co-signer. And my answer always is, did you think about it, or did you just tell me no real quick? Well, think about it. Well, I want to talk about co-signers on loans because too many times people think that when they get a car, the co-signer can come off they can just take them off within a year or 2 years or 6 months. Oh, I can just get you off the loan in 6 months, or get you off the loan in 2 years, or I can just get you off. But it's just not that easy. When you co-sign for someone, you're endorsing that loan. Now think about it. Co-sign is there if that first person doesn't make the payment. The second person is responsible. You're responsible for that payment. And too many times you go into the dealership where you think you're the co-signer and really you're first. And they put in the second person first, the first person second. And the reason we do that is because the first person might have the better score. And we want to get that deal bought on the first person and just add you. But it doesn't matter whether you're a co-signer or you first on the loan. How you get that person off is refinancing that auto loan. And, most people that get co-signers, sometimes their credit doesn't change in 6 months. Or maybe it does, where maybe that credit union or that another financial institution that's going to refinance you says, you know what, make your payments on time for 6 months or 1 year, and then maybe I'll be able to refinance you. But the whole loan has to change. When you refinance, your existing loan with whoever you're making your payments to has to be paid off to a zero balance. So that means that you come off that loan, that co-signer comes off that loan, whether first or second, that loan is paid off. And then you start into a new loan. Too many people say, well, you know what, I refinanced, but my payment really didn't change. And you see how I'm talking in my voice? Because in the studio, I'm shaking my head like, well, yeah, your payment probably didn't change, but you got that person off the loan. And then maybe your payment only changed $20, but you have a better interest rate. And maybe instead of going 6 years, right, on your loan, maybe you're still at 6 years, but you took that person off. But you're alone on that auto loan. You got that person off. But co-signers don't necessarily always come off loans because maybe you're not able to refinance because maybe you owe too much on your car. Maybe you roll negative equity onto that car that you already have. And then, or maybe you owe too much on that car. Too many times people don't realize that when they ask people to co-sign, it's like it's giving up part of their life. Yeah, it's giving up their credit. Mm-hmm. So all I'm saying is this: I'm gonna ask for a co-signer on the auto loan, but always know that that co-signer wants to know if you cannot make your payment. If you cannot make your payment, ask your co-signer for money. Say, I can't make my payment. I need help with this payment. Because remember, that co-signer is going to affect their credit if you miss a payment.
That's good. That's good. You know, most people, when they hear the word co-signer, Regina, they get nervous, you know. So, you know, they get nervous. And I remember, and I think I shared this with you before, my uncle co-signed for Sierra's vehicle many years ago, her very first vehicle. And one of the things happen is if you make a payment late, that means that negatively is affecting the co-signer as well. So I remember having a conversation with my uncle because she was late. And so because of that, that helped me to make sure that I stayed on her to make those payments on time, because co-signers really are stepping up for you to make sure you get what you need. Good job.
So shout out to the co-signers, but if you co-sign for anyone or you're going along with anyone, whether you're first or you're second, just make sure that person makes the payment. And always know this too, the banks probably might not even call the second person. They just might be blowing the first person up on the loan and not call you. And then if you really want to know if they're making a payment, just get the telephone number and you call every month to check yourself. Take time and take care of your credit. It's because you never know when you need it. But let's switch on over to, we have some businesses that you want to actually, some current events coming up.
Yeah, we have some current events. So we have Chantel Michelle Ministries presents Purpose Prayer Boot Camp. And this is a 12-hour boot camp on a Friday, June 9th, and Saturday, June 10th. It is free to the public to come in, but there is a VIP cost. If you want to to register for VIP, you can do that through you can do that through her website, and also it is held at Victory Harvest Church located at 20855 West 13 Mile Road in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. So again, if you want to register, you can go to Eventbrite and register for Chantel Michelle Ministries Boot Camp. So again, that is a purpose prayer event. And we also have upcoming on May 29th, Identify Your Dream Foundation has Stomp Out Violence 2023. That's a community healing fair. It is Monday, May 29th, 2023 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Regina, do you have the location for that?
That location is at Wisner Stadium.
Yeah.
Wisner Stadium in Pontiac, Michigan. Do I have the address? No.
It's off Montcalm. So Wisner Stadium off of Montcalm in Pontiac, Michigan. Identify Your Dream, Monday, May 29th at 11 a.m. to 2. And we also have the Mother Irma Jean Ward Foundation, Enough is Enough. That is the rally against gun violence taking place in the city of Detroit at Jada Rankin Park off of Linden Street in Detroit, Michigan. That is on June 24th, and it takes place from 12 noon to 5 p.m. There will be fun and fellowship. So please, if you are in the city on June the 24th, please come to the rally, the Jada Rankins facility, Jada Rankins Park on Linden Street in Detroit, Michigan.
So shout out to Jalea Sharp for the events that Stomp the Violence events that she's been doing every year. Shout out to her because she's doing a great thing in the city of Pontiac, and just shout out to her is because she's in the thick and the thin to what goes on in Pontiac, and she's a prime example of people we need to support each other. You know, you may not be able to attend an event, but to reach out and say, hey, what can I do? You know, it might be $50, it might be $100, it might be $25, it might be bringing water, it might just getting bodies there. You know, it's always good to say, how can I help? What can I do? What can I do to make your life easier?
Yeah.
You know, if you just reach out, that's more than enough.
Yeah.
And Messenger on Facebook is something else, okay? Because people pay attention to their messengers on their phone. You don't even have to text them, but because they're on social media, they pay attention to their messengers on the Facebook, on the Instagram, on LinkedIn, on all social media platforms, because it's very important that we support each other.
Yeah, it is. So again, shout out to Dalia, and I'm excited just to see the things going forth in the city.
All right. Thanks for listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. And you're here same time, same place, next Saturday morning from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. So have a good week, and God
Saturday.
bless. Happy Saturday.
Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, we've got your back. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others may have roadblocks. Regardless of your financial situation, I can get you financed and driving today. Simply Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet in Waterford.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're relocating to Michigan from another state or another country, moving across town, upgrading, or downsizing, Brenda D. Davis from Century 21 Town and Country Real Estate is your locally known home purchase expert. Buying or selling your home is a complex process. Let Brenda simplify it every step of the way. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you. Call 248-909-9711 and get moving on your new home purchase or sale today. That's 248-909-9711. Call now.
You've been listening to Be in the Driver's Seat with Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and mental health expert, Dr. Teresa Moore.
Brought to you by Joe Longhammer Chevrolet of Waterford.
Be in the Driver's Seat, a Saturday morning mix of cars, credit, and wellness created just for you. From Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore, thank you for listening.